Hey crew, welcome back to Garage 80 for another episode. In this episode we talk about polishing a turd, or seeing if we can polish up a turd. So for you guys that haven't tuned into previous episodes, we pulled this ute out of the shed. They've been sitting for the last 10 years, so just sitting up in there collecting barn dust. If you're interested, go back in and watch an older episode and you'll see all the filth that it was. Last episode we just gave it a quick wash. And since then, I've been sanding down the rails, although they've been sitting out in the weather a little bit too long now. We've got a bit of rust on them, so we'll have to sand them back again to prepare them for paint. But I'll show you what we're getting into today. I'm halfway through the job, and I wasn't going to film it because it's 41 degrees here in Adelaide, and it's bloody hot, and I'm sweating my off. But we'll show you where we started, and I'm not going to do a lot today, because it is too bloody hot for me. But so the bonnet is all I'm looking to get done today, and seeing if we can bring it back to what it previously might have looked like, or a little better than it is at least now. So got a lot of marks and stuff in it. In that last episode when we were cleaning it, you might remember I got some sandpaper out and sanded off some of the surface rust. That was actually a pretty gritty sandpaper. I think it was a 600 from memory, and probably too gritty for what I wanted to do, but never mind. So I've actually started on this side of the bonnet already, and I don't know how well it'll pick up on the camera, but hopefully you can see a bit of reflection coming off that one now. And so I'll walk you through the process of what I did, but do it on this side, and just to capture the before, so you can see stuff like that where it's just got marks all over it. Definitely little stone chips and rust particles, which we won't be able to get out the chips just by polishing. Some spilt paint and some spilt, I think that was decking oil or something like that from memory, and then just general crap in the paint that has been there for a long time. So what do? We start by sanding, and got some soapy water, although it's a bit dirty now, and start with on this one I started with an 800 grit because it was just really bad condition, and then worked up to a 1200 and then a 1500. I actually wouldn't have bothered with the 1500, I would have gone straight to a 2000, except I just didn't have any 2000 paper I could find here. So it's literally 800, 1200, 1500 wet sand. Then once I've done that, then 3 stages of polishing, as well, with a dual action orbital, which I got for Christmas, which my first time using a dual action orbital. I'm certainly not a professional at it, but the results come out better than what I would have been able to get by hand, that's for sure. Anyway, I'll get stuck into it, and hopefully I can capture some of this for you guys. Alright guys, that wet sanding took us about 15 minutes to get through the 3 different grits, the 800, 1200 and 1500. Got most of the the marks out apart from the stone chips. And where that grey paint was spilt, I probably shouldn't have tried to sand through it to get it off. Probably should have tried to use a solvent or something to get it off, but I'm not too worried because I kind of like a bit of patina look on this car. Seems like just trying to get it looking neat and tidy but still keep some of the old look on it. So you can see a bit of the yellow primer shining through on that still. Whether I touch it up later or not, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how we go. So, and then I just wiped it off just with a microfiber quickly. And then next step is the 3 stages of polishing. So I'll put that in time lapse as well, so you don't have to sit there and watch it all. But essentially we're doing a cut first, then the second cut, followed by a finer cut or polish, and then a wax over the top after. And then after that we'll try and push it out into the sun, and hopefully there'll be a decent reflection on it and not showing its age so much. The badge, I think I probably need to pull that off because it's got a fair bit of crap built up around it, just to clean that out and get it polished under there as well. Whether I do that today or not, we'll see. All right, I'll flick back to the time lapse. Cheers. Guys, you might have noticed on that time lapse something went wrong, a bit of buffer. A couple of the pads flew off, worked out why, because the machine was getting so bloody hot. The glue on the back of the pads actually melted. So lesson learnt, don't try and buff a car in 41-degree heat without air conditioning. So I just tried to quickly finish it off by hand, but it's certainly not come up as good as it would with the buffer. So I'll probably redo that just quickly with a wax once the weather cools down a bit again. But we'll push it out into the sun and let you have a proper look at it, see what reflection we did get, see what marks got left. You can probably pick up there, you can see a few trees and stuff like that in reflection, so a lot better than what it was, but still far from perfect. Alright, out in the sun, let's take a quick look. Put it down and see what she looks like. Looks like the bonnet light which works. Hard to see because it's pretty glary here in the sun. Probably too much glare to actually really show you much at all, but feels a hell of a lot better. See if I can get an angle with some reflection. Nah, I can't, and there's too many swirls from where it was just too hot to get it done. So can you polish a turd? Arguably not, but it does look better than what it was. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll show you once I finish that bonnet off properly in some cooler weather. Cheers.